It is time now for the PHL New News Report for this Monday afternoon, February 2nd, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here now. Your 12 new news headlines here. And our top story at noontime here is in Washington, where President Obama on Monday released an aggressive $4 trillion budget and blueprint for next year's that proclaims victory in the long, difficult climb from recession and relies on large tax increases to fund effort in education and infrastructure. It's a play that will live in Super Bowl history. With less than 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the Seattle Seahawks were a mere feet away from the glory of a Super Bowl repeat, but one huge play from quarterback Malcolm Butler sailed the New England Patriots' fourth Super Bowl victory in a franchise history with a 28-24 victory over the Seattle Seahawks as the Patriots are Super Bowl champions. A vast winter storm that dumped record-shattering snow on the Midwest made for a messy Monday morning in New York and Boston, crippled airports and hindering the recovery from last week's blizzard. While that answer packed an emotional punch for companies selling car insurance, Nationwide defended its choice to discuss the child's death by saying it wanted to start a conversation about safety and prevention. Cleveland Browns quarterback Johnny Manziel entered treatment on Wednesday. Manziel's publicist Denise Michaels released a statement explaining his decision. The Super Bowl is the last truly mass television spectacle in America, and only after the way advertisers, teams, and Hamish Hamilton, who programs a halftime show, responded to the presence of the mass audience that had pretended that we tuned in all. In London, a surgeon and Greek bond yield stalled on Monday. The news Theresa-led leftist government pitched a new debt deal to its European Union partners, sounding less confrontation than before. Al Jazeera journalist Peter Gristed has described the moment he had heard he was being freed from an Egyptian jail after 400 days behind bars. In Tokyo, when Islamic State militants posted a video over the weekend showing the grisly killing of a Japanese journalist, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe reacted with outrage, promising to make the terrorists pay the price. In Moscow, with oil prices down more than 50% in the past year and still falling, the ruble has lost more than half its value as a recession looming in the country already dipping into its rainy day funds. The British economy is a race against time. The most famous Grand Island country punch-shining Phil saw its shadow Monday morning, predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Meanwhile, we are learning more about the furry critters. In New York, the mother of a 6-year-old boy who vanished on his way to school 35 years ago testified that the New York murder trial of a store clerk was accused of killing him. Workers turned to renovate the Washington Navy Yard building that was the site of a 2013 mass shooting. In Washington, U.S. consumer spending recorded its biggest decline since late 2009 in December, with households appearing to save the extra cash from cheaper gasoline, which could support future consumption. Lands and Incorporated hired Dulce & Gabbana USA President Federica Maggioni as its next chief executive officer, looking at fashion veteran to elevate a brand known for its catalogs of outdoorsy clothing. Lululemon Athletica founder Chip Wilson said Monday they will step down for the retail's board of directors to move that ends the time's difficult relationship between the yoga apparel maker and its former chief executive. Apple Incorporated is planning to sell $5 billion of bonds in half for maker's fourth multi-billion-dollar debt offering in the past 2 years that it preserves its overseas cash hoard, according to the person with the knowledge of the matter. In Houston, ExxonMobil on Monday reported a sharp drop in the fourth quarter revenue and profit because of the decline in oil prices, but the company did better than many of its competitors thanks to improved profit margin in its chemical business. The next-gen Raspberry Pi 2 was on the Pirate Bay is back online 2 months after Swedish authorities delivered what had been a fatal blow to the notorious file-sharing website. Adobe Systems warned users that the hackers are exploiting a number and patched vulnerability in Flash Player, the third one in the past month, to affect computers with malware. The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission is widely expected to propose regulating internet service like a public utility, a move certain and unleash a number around intense debate and lobbying about how to ensure so-called net neutrality. In Atlanta, 2 days after she was found face down and unresponsive in a bathtub full of water at her Roswell, Georgia home, Whitney Houston's daughter, Barbie Christine Brown, is on a ventilator and intensive care, sources close to the family said. Tinseltown hasn't been exactly friendly to the GOP since John Wayne and Ron Reagan were big stars, so let's call this favor accidental. Katy Perry pulled out fireworks and dramatic plans during the Super Bowl halftime show performance, but over the Tonight Show, Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart, and Jimmy Fallon took a more minimal approach in the battle of the Super Bowl lip sync battles. Presumably sitting in darkness on Quinnet 67P Chermanov Gersenko, that European lander could catch some sunlight in May, allowing its boundaries to change. A meteorite that was discovered in the American desert may just represent large swaths of the Martian crust, as a meteorite that was discovered in the American desert may represent large swaths of the Martian crust. In Cambridge, London this morning, Governor Christie marking a day 2 of the 3-day official visit to the United Kingdom at a round table with more than 2 dozen UK life science CEOs, followed by a tour of minimum worldwide biologists. As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Ernest Bai Kramer applauded and commended the Republic of the Sierra Leone Armed Forces, RSLA, for their tremendous and resilient performance in the African mission in Somalia. Okay, take a look at the stock market report at 12:05. Dow 17,194.26, up 29.31. S&P 500 2001.78, up 6.79. Nasdaq 4639.04, up 3.80. European markets, DAX 828.01, up 133.69. FTSE 672.55, up 33.15. CAC 4627.67, up 23.42. Asian markets, Nikkei 17558.04, down 160.35. Shanghai 3129, down 81.36. And HSI 24484.74, down 22.31. Oil markets here, 49.20, up 96 cents. Brent 54.36, up 1.37. And natural gas 2.651, down 4 cents. Gold 1273.80, down 5.40. Silver 17.22, up 1,200 point. Copper 2.4995, up 5,000 point. Bonds, US 10-year yield 1.6811%, up 1,000 point. German 10-year yield 0.313%, down 1,000 point. And Japanese 10-year yield 0.287%, down 2,000 point. In the FX, European US dollar 1.1348, up 6,000 point. US dollar Japanese yen 170.26, down 18 cents. And Great Britain pound US dollar 1.503, down 6,000 point. In the commodities here, in the agriculture futures in the wheat market, 495.5, down 7.25. Soybean 960.75, down 1/4. Corn 371.75, up 1 3/4. Sugar 14.38, down 41 cents. Coffee 162.45, up 55 cents. Cotton 59.68, up 32 cents. And rough rice 10.485, down 85,000 points. And cocoa 26.72, down 21. Livestock cattle 151.575, down 70 cents. Lean hogs 71.975, down 275,000 points. And FD cattle 203.45, down 1 3/4 here. Take a look at New England incident alerts here at 12:08. In Lowell, Massachusetts, at Lakeview Avenue, a motor vehicle accident at Aiken Street, a several vehicles involved, unknown injury time. Engine reports nothing showing engine returning here. Okay, let's take a look at our travel report. Okay, take a look at sports news here. Whether or not Tiger Woods is suffering from the chip and yip, several mental game experts agree the former world #1 is paying a steep price for becoming too technically focused on his swing. Dallas Mavericks are the 6th in the Western Conference, and Rajon Rondo has hurt. That team announced Monday that the point guard has an orbital fracture and a nasal fracture, both suffered when his teammate Richard Jefferson actually need him. And the Celtics and the Bruins have the night off. Peter Jones News on 12:08, time now for a travel report. And it is slow out on all the highways, byways in New England there due to the wintry weather. So if you're out there on highways, expect delays and pack some patience with you because it is, roads are tricky out there and roads are slick. So be careful out there on the roads and side roads and highways and expect some delays here. And take a look at MBTA service alerts on the Green Line. Current Green Line B branch experiencing minor eastbound delays due to a disabled train at Packard's Corner Station. Mattapan Trolley buses replacing Mattapan Trolley service between Ashbourne and Mattapan stations on Monday, all due to severe weather. Silver Line, all bus routes experiencing moderate delays due to snow. On the commuter rail, Fairmount Line train 756 delayed today 30-45 minutes due to switch failure ahead. 11 a.m. from Rayville. Fairmount Line train 758. A bus provided for train 758 30 minutes late of its schedule. Next train will be a 760 and current. Fairmount Line train 757 11:20 a.m. from South Station will be canceled due to a switch failed at South Station. And next train out of South Station will be 759. The Fitchburg South Active train 460 11:50 a.m. from Fitchburg delayed today due to an earlier mechanical problem. It's operating about 15 minutes late. And Fitchburg South Acton train 414 10:35 a.m. from Fitchburg delayed today due to an earlier mechanical problem that's operating about 60 minutes late. And Framingham Worcester Line train 513 10:15 a.m. from South Station delayed today 10-15 minutes due to weather conditions. And Framingham Worcester Line train 518 10:45 a.m. from Worcester Union Station delayed today 10 to 20 minutes. Franklin Line train 714 10:45 a.m. from Fort Park 4985 delayed today 20-25 minutes due to early delays. Greenbush Line train 080 10:35 a.m. from Greenbush delayed today 20-25 minutes due to weather conditions. Haverhill Line train 214 12 noon from Haverhill delayed due to switch problem. Is up rated out approximately 20 minutes late. Haverhill Line train 205 10:30 a.m. from North Station delayed today due to switch problems. So it's operating approximately 20-25 minutes late. And later today, Haverhill Line train 267 2:20 p.m. from North Station and 3 other trains canceled today due to snow. Kingston Plymouth Line train 063 10:50 a.m. from South Station delayed today 56 minutes due to weather conditions here. Kingston Plymouth Line train 060 10:05 a.m. from Kingston delayed today 15 to 20 minutes due to weather conditions. And Kingston Plymouth Line train 062 12:06 p.m. from Plymouth delayed 20 minutes to 30 minutes due to weather conditions here. And Middleborough Lakeville Line train 014 11:10 a.m. from Middleborough Lakeville delayed today 10 to 15 minutes due to weather conditions here. Needham Line train 612 10:55 a.m. from Needham Heights delayed 20-25 minutes due to weather conditions here. And for the Providence Stoughton Line train 807 11:20 a.m. from South Station delayed today 25 to 30 minutes due to earlier delays. And Providence Stoughton Line train 816 11:50 a.m. from Providence delayed today 10 to 20 minutes due to weather conditions. And Providence Stoughton Line train 818 1:10 p.m. Whitford Junction delayed today 10-15 to 20 minutes due to early delays. Peter Chillin News time is now 12:12, and it's time now for our weather report. And it's Monday afternoon here. Our current conditions here in Norton, Massachusetts at 12 noon here. It is 33 degrees. Light snow, fog and mist. Humidity 92%. Wind speed northeast about 13 gusts and 24 miles per hour. Parameter 246 inches. Super about 31 degrees. And a visibility of 1.25 miles per hour. And a wind chill about 24 degrees. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. Look at the difference in temperatures here. 30 in Boston, 28 in Beverly, 27 in Gloucester, 32 in Boston Harbor, 30 in Norwood, 32 in Taunton, 33 in New Bedford, 34 in Plymouth and Provincetown, 34 in Falmouth, 36 in Chatham, 35 in Martha's, 45 in Nantucket, 34 in Block Island, 30 in Westfleet, 18 in Smithfield, 16 in Webster, 16 in Sturbridge, 17 in Milford, 11 in Bedford, 10 in Haverhill, 13 in Fitchburg and Nafal and Greenfield, 12 above in Amherst, 13 in Springfield, 11 in Pittsfield, 59 in Northampton, 9 above in Albany, 7 above in Stoddard Springs, 30 in New York City, 27 in Islip, 34 in Montauk, 28 in Long Island, 23 in Bridgeport, 19 in New Haven, 20 in Danbury, 18 in Waterbury, 16 in Meriden, Connecticut, 16 in Hartford, 14 in Windsor, 19 in Bainton, 10 in Bradford, 9 above in Rutland, Vermont, 4 in Lebanon, 10 in Keene, Hampshire, 7 in Jeffrey, 10 in Nashua and Portsmouth, Hampshire, 9 above in Manchester and Concord, Hampshire, 3 above in Lakewood, New Hampshire, and 4 above in Portland, Maine. Here, as we're going to draw a contrast to the temperatures here. See, we are in the mild part of this storm right now, while this spot is in the cold part of the storm here. Taking a look at the surface map around the country, shows a pink front stretch from southern British Columbia stretching in off the Washington coastline, and a warm front off the Oregon coastline stretching down from northwestern Washington, and a cold front at the Pacific coastline here. A station front from eastern British Columbia stretching down Alberta down the Rockies, and then a Bridgewood cold front from north central Mexico stretching down the Gulf of Mexico, stretching up the Florida Panhandle, stretching up the Carolina coastline, merging with a warm front off the Delaware and Atlantic Sea, and a pink front from Maryland down to Pennsylvania, and a cold front from Southeastern Missouri, stretching in Kentucky down for a while. And station front from Pennsylvania, stretching down New York City and up to sea. And another one front up to sea. We got a front of mine from the Northern Great Lakes down through Northern Michigan. Another front of mine from Western North Dakota up into Manitoba. And another front of mine from Western Wyoming down for Utah. Another front of mine from Western Nevada, stretching it down to Arizona. And another front of mine from San Francisco down off San Diego. Here, 16 degrees at temperature right now. High pressure in east central portions of Alberta, north central Idaho, and northwestern Nevada, and southwestern portions of Colorado and eastern Kansas, and low pressure in northeastern Wyoming and western Montana, and east central portions of New York State and Pennsylvania. 16 degrees at temperature right now in Detroit, 21 in Pittsburgh, 41 in Washington, D.C., 42 out in Atlanta, Georgia, 70 in Miami, Florida, 55 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 26 in Dallas, Texas, 4 above in Kansas City, 2 above in Omaha, Nebraska, 2 above in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 8 above in Chicago, Illinois, 13 in Great Falls, Montana, 44 in Seattle, 50 in San Francisco, 54 in Los Angeles, it's 48 in Las Vegas, 53 in Phoenix, 43 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 31 in Denver, and 38 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here, take a look at the latest radar situation here at the noon hour. Snowing from much of northern Bristol and Plymouth County, coming to much of greater Boston and much of northeastern Massachusetts, stretching down the metro west Boston and central and western part of Massachusetts, around eastern New York and up into Vermont, up into New Hampshire and up into Maine. A sleet line stretching in from around New York City vicinity, stretching it down for Islip, down through Brookhaven, down for Riverhead, down to Suffolk, and around Long Island, and around for Madison, Connecticut, stretching it down for southeastern Connecticut, up 7 right on and up into Warwick, and then stretching it down for central Bristol County, Stafford, Taunton, and another line of sleet from Middleburg, stretching to Marshfield, and stretching off the South Shore here, and seeing a raining conditions right now from southeastern Massachusetts, Cape Downs, and eastern Rhode Island, and around southeastern Long Island there. Zooming out, and it shows a lot of snow coming to much of the northern New England and coming to much of New York State and up in the southern Quebec, down for eastern Ontario and some snow showers in western portions of Ontario, snow showers in northern and southwestern portions of Ohio, west central Pennsylvania, down for West Virginia, down for eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, down for western Virginia, down for western North Carolina here, and rain showers from southeastern Pennsylvania, down for southern New Jersey, and stretching it down through the Atlantic seaboard from New Jersey down for central Florida and searching out for southwestern portions of Florida and some rain showers around Bahamas and out South Florida here, around Miami here. And take a look at the western portion of the country, show some snow showers around southern North Dakota and north central and west central portions of South Dakota here. Some rain showers around west central portions of Colorado, some rain showers around central portions of Colorado around 25 for Pueblo, Colorado Springs, down for Denver here, and some rain showers in east central portions of Colorado here. Rain showers in south central portions of Idaho, and some rain and sleet around northeastern portions of Utah, and some rain showers from northern California, stretching up the I-5 corridor from the northern California, stretching down for Eugene, down to Portland, down for western Washington, Olympia, around Seattle, down for southwestern portions of British Columbia, and some sleet and snow showers in central and eastern portions of Washington State, down for northeastern portions of Oregon here, and some rain showers in south central portions of Idaho here. And some snow showers in east central portions of British Columbia, down for south central portions of Alberta here. And take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds coming a bunch of the Atlantic seaboard from Florida up in the Maine, around the Canadian Maritimes, and then stretching down New York State, down for eastern Pennsylvania, down for Maryland there. And a line of clouds from southern Texas down for Mexico and stretching up the southwestern Louisiana coastline here. And another line of clouds from northeastern New Mexico, stretching in Colorado, stretching Utah, up in Nevada, northern California, and coming into much of the Pacific Northwest around British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and down the Dakotas, down to Minnesota, up in the northern Great Lakes here. Okay, take a look at our forecast. Discussion here for the country shows a strong storm system moving across the eastern United States, and widespread snow from the Great Lakes to Maine. And main weather story across the continental United States will be a strong surface low pressure system tracking across the northeastern United States on Monday and Monday night. This will be a potent winter storm from the Iowa Valley to New England, and numerous winter storm warnings are in effect from eastern out to Maine, where snowfall amounts on the order from 6 to 12 inches can be expected with locally higher amounts. And very cold weather will settle behind the system from the upper Midwest to New England air. To the south of the surface low track widespread rain river is projected along and head of a trailing cold front across much of the Mid-Atlantic, and the Carolinas extended southward to Florida as a few thunderstorms will be possible near the Gulf Coast, and temperatures will be above normal for just one day before the cold front exits the coast Monday night. For the western United States, a series of cold fronts approach to the region presented northwest will bring some scattered showers across the region for the beginning of the week. Given that the mild temperatures, snow levels should remain fairly high, where accumulation combined to the highest elevations by Tuesday and Wednesday. Moisture returning from the western Gulf of Mexico should bring rain back to the western Gulf Coast region here. And forecast discussion around the region here. A major winter storm continues to affect the region today with heavy snow from many locations with mix of ice along the south coast. Really cold wind chills tonight into Tuesday morning. A cold front swings spot New England Wednesday night, but may linger close enough to affect the coast on Thursday. A high pressure brings another dose of very cold air Saturday on Thursday night. Another cold front moves with front Saturday. Near term until 6 p.m. this evening and a 10 a.m. update. Major winter storm continues with heavy snow for most locations. Mix of sleet, freezing rain along the south coast, and changing with rain across the outer Cape and Islands. As the storm sweeps out, change over back to snow and continue back to the travel this afternoon and evening here. Overall view. Challenging forecast to say the least, especially with regards to 2M temperatures and conditions turning colder across the Hudson, Connecticut River Valley as a low emerges off the coast. Of New Jersey into the winds and ends and considered with the SL bar response. Meanwhile, to the east, conditions are warmer in the coastal front across immediate east Massachusetts towards the southeast around the extended and enhancement of the low for the emergence of the mid-level impulse was amplified to the 7 foot along. And then it can clearly see the warm layer bar. 3-4 kilo feet slowness in good consciousness, but when handled in the small, fine scale details, is not doing so well. It has been challenging to update the forecast, which has been, for the most part, been pretty good. Just the small nuances of the mixing line coastal front at the proximity is not easy doing the best we can. So we'll hit the details with the highlights below. As immediate south coast into the southeast coastal plain of Massachusetts, we'll see the changeover to the mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain into the midday hours, and rain anticipated for the Cape and Islands, and 2 lines of different duration already setting up. The warm wire aloft at 3-4 kilo fit is previously mentioned as a coastal front as a likely north and west of these lines. It will rain all snow. It's likely the lines will wobble, and there may be changes as far as north as the Massachusetts Pike and the northwest quarter of the 495 Beltway here. After midway hours, we'll see a change back to snow and the storm exits and northwest winds. Falling ushering cold air this season as all levels back to the region during which and the time of additional inch to accumulation is possible. 90 guidance has been helpful and essentially forecasted outcomes have gone within a prior to temperature forecast while using wet bulb whiting. That's at the mixed line as far as North, Hartford, Worcester, and Boston, and otherwise continuing overrun and setup resulting in heavy amounts of precipitation in the afternoon as noted by the prior forecast. Strong HA5 frontal jitters is along the type thermal greening with parent EPVs signal within an environmental fairly steep mid-level lapse rates and snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches now within near blizzard conditions and specifically across the east northeast shoreline of Massachusetts anticipated cannot rule out of the potential for thunderstorms. Storm amounts are Mount and north of the Hartford, Boston, Providence expected to be 10 to 14 inches less amounts stuff with mixing of sleet, freezing rain, and which of amount around 0.1 to 0.2 inches, and area best acid gradation of accumulation expected from 7 around in the southeast Massachusetts amounts around to 4 inches lows over the islands are around 2 to 4 inches. And strong winds are blowing in drifting snow. Gusty winds being observed all along the northeast coastline of the Massachusetts near the full blizzard conditions and being observed with a gust up to 30-40 miles per hour. Poor visibility is occurring and will continue to do so. Throughout the afternoon, addressed this hazard by the special weather statement, but will not be going with a full-on blizzard warning as conditions are anticipated to be sporadic and brief. A significant flash freeze is likely across portions of southeast Massachusetts, Cape and Islands, late afternoon and evening as the coast front most spot and temperatures plummet from the 30s down to the teens in the matter of the just 2-3 hours. This could have a significant impact on travel late this afternoon and evening, and with wet slushy roads quickly turning out. So make sure you use a lot of rock salt to sprinkle it on the roadways and sidewalks because we don't want anybody to slip and fall and get hurt. So make sure you do that. Here. And today's temperatures look about 30 for Boston, 26 for Hartford, 35 for New York, 20 for Worcester, 10 in Albany, 9 in Rutland, 13 in Coconut, and 13 above in Portland, Maine. Here. Okay, we are under a winner's. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. Locations include most of the Massachusetts and run away from the immediate south coast, and the warning also includes northern Connecticut here and has attached heavy snow accumulation, snow patrol snow accumulations of 10 to 14 inches, along with a trace virus, and time heavy snow with brief snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches lift in north across this region at times into the afternoon. Snow is mixing and will continue mixing with a sleet and freeze and rain in the afternoon across Rhode Island and southeast Massachusetts, and any mixed precipitation will change back to snow middle late afternoon before end of this evening, and winds now about 5 to 15 miles with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Hazardous travel expected along snow-covered roads and poor visibility, and blown and drifting snow also expected, especially along the northeast Massachusetts coast, and winds up about 5 to 15 miles per gust up to 35 miles per hour, and visibility is 1/4 mile less at times, and precaution prepares actions of winter storm warning should win an average of 6 or more inches of snow is expected in a 12-hour period for 8 or more inches in a 24-hour period, and trouble will be sought best on well-treated surface and quite difficult on any unplowed or untreated surfaces. Here. Okay, let's take a look at it. Hazard weather outlook. Day 1 today tonight. Winter storm warning and day 2 for 7. Tuesday for Sunday. Also, wind chills overnight. Until Tuesday morning will be below 0. Areas north and northern Mass Pike may have wind chill of 15 below 0. Colder wind chill advisory may be needed. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. This afternoon, freezing rain before 2 p.m., then snow and sleet between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., then snow after 4 p.m. High near 32 degrees and north with about 10 miles with gusts up. Highest 24 miles by chest precipitation is 100%. Total daytime sleet and snow accumulation of 6 to 10 inches possible. Tonight, snow may before 11 p.m. Around 7 degrees with a wind chill values as low as 3 below. Northwest with about 10 to 13 miles with gusts size. 31 miles by chest precipitation is 80%. New snow accumulation of around an inch possible. Tuesday, both send to podcast sky about 20 about 9 degrees. Wind chill values as low as 6 below. West wind about 6 to 10 miles per hour with moving to the southwest wind about 5 miles per hour coming evening near. On Wednesday, a chance of snow showers mainly between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Mostly clouds got high about 35 degrees southwest with about 5 to 8 miles per hour chance of precipitation 30%. With that, a chance of snow showers mainly after 10 p.m. Mostly clouds got low around 21 degrees, chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday, a chance of snow showers mostly clouds got high about 20 degrees, chance of precipitation 40%. For that, mostly clouds got low about 3 degrees. Friday, mostly clouds got the podcast got about 19 low about 5 degrees. And for Saturday, Puck Sunday in the mostly clouds got about 32 low about 11 degrees, and for Sunday, mostly clouds got about 24 degrees. Here's weather phrase of the day. A messy and a tricky Monday afternoon attack. P.O.C. Have a good day. What a goodbye day to the studio 5 o'clock report. Have a good day.